Morning, guys. Jimmy22 here with another monthly video plans. I don't know what these are called. I haven't seen these done before, but anyways, I just want to go over, what I've been up to and where I hope to go from here, at least as far as from August to September. And we'll start off with the more depressing side of this coin, and that is I haven't been up to anything. I've just been working, and it hasn't been easy because, well, for one thing, what with being in a big retail store and them trying to squeeze every penny until it goes up their, I don't know, their ideas is less people and more work done. I don't know how it works, but that's what they're hoping for. So one, work has been stressful, and I've been closing every day, which wouldn't be too bad. But I also got to wake up to walk my dogs, and the thing is, you can't just go right to sleep. You can't. You need at least 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours to kind of unwind and relax and push all the crap that's kind of like burrowed in your brain and just making you anxious and everything out of your ear. I still haven't figured out how to do it, so what I do is I'll just lie down and worry for like 3 hours. So yes, that's been my time in the last 1, 2, 3 months, whenever it's been, however long it's been since I did the last video, and I've just been tired because of work. But so the show must go on. So what I'm planning to talk to you about today, after that, all that, just I'm tired. Explain to you that I'm tired, letting you know I'm tired. Is just go over my list of goals for August, and that's these right here. Damn it! Hold on. Take 2, and that's these right here. As you can see, there's 25 in total. They're all doable. Like nothing's like out there or crazy or anything. Like I'm not going for 100 writing exercises or 5 days at the gym, 20 YouTube videos, nothing like that. I sat down and I've done the logistics, and all of this it should be doable. So we're gonna start off like the king recommended from Alice in Wonderland and start off at number 1, and that's read a book. Just one book. I have not read a book in like 3 or 4 months. I know 52 was my goal, but no, I haven't come close. I've been bad. I've been so bad, and not in the good, sexy, whippy way, but bad as in I'm a failure. But yeah, for my first book, I've already had it decided, and it's going to be Charles Bukowski's Ham on Rye. I haven't read this book, so that's a start. And it's Charles Bukowski book. I've read several of his books. I've even read. He's the only author I've ever read a book of poetry from, and I've liked all of his work till now. There's stuff I haven't read, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful this is gonna be pretty good. I don't think he's gonna let me down. And number 2 is Walk My Dogs 34 Times. That's these 2 cuties here. And I swear there's another dog. I mean, you've probably seen him, and oh my god, on the floor, what's going to... Well, there's a German Shepherd too. So yeah, I want to start walking. I've been walking these guys. Literally, that's the only thing I've been doing is walking these guys. Despite being exhausted, despite being, in a bad mood, despite hating the world and being pissed off that I actually survived the night, I have been walking these dogs. I wake up about 7 a.m. every day, 6:30 to 7, which is way later than I should be, but I'll get into that later. And I've been walking them, so they've had their walks. And number 3 is 8 YouTube videos, which I've been. I know that sounds like a lot. It does, but I've sat down and I've done the logistics, and I have an idea for. I'm gonna finally start doing my bucket list videos, and those they're pretty simple. I haven't actually done one, but from what I've seen and how I've checked on how everything works, especially this um, video capture screen uh, thing, for lack of better words, it should be fairly quick to do. And I've already found my list of bucket list items, and there's hundreds, so that's gonna be fun, and that'll at least keep me going for a while. And then number 3 is writing exercises. So I haven't written in a long time, and hold on, let me see if I can show you, or you could see it in the camera. Hold on. See the stool? Ow. So, the reason why I haven't written in a very long time. Hold on, let me just. There we go. I know nobody wants to look at me, but yeah, the reason why I haven't written in a very long time is because I moved my room around a bit, quite a bit actually. Because I bought well, I'll show you later maybe. I bought a mobile refrigeration unit that I have hooked up to my window, and the thing is, it has to be by the window, and so I had to literally move everything in my room, everything. Well, except this entertainment center where I have my computer, and so I didn't plan out ahead how I was going to do it before I got the thing. But when I got the thing, it was kind of a pain because I lost my chair in the process, in a way. It's right back there. I don't know if you see it, but it's right there. Okay, that's my chair. That's a big and tall lazy boy chair. Very comfortable. Very comfortable. But the thing is, while I was moving my room around, it's stuck there. I cannot move it anywhere else right now. It can't be, because it's stuck right next to the AC unit, so I cannot move it. Okay, well, yeah. So basically, I haven't had a chair, and my bed is kind of breaking because I'm not light. But when I was sitting on the end, and it would keep popping out those little like bars things, and so when I would sleep, it would be all. It was basically, it was a logistics thing. I couldn't reach the keyboard, and I don't know if you've ever tried writing a story, and because this keyboard is this is a Wi-Fi keyboard or a Bluetooth keyboard or whatever it's called. It can go pretty far, but the thing is, I don't have my glasses. I don't know if you ever tried to write a story without seeing what you're typing. You can do it. I'm pretty sure blind people could do it, but it's not easy. So, yeah, I haven't written in a while. I need easier means to write. Number 5 is normalize my sleep schedule. I have been going to sleep at like 1 or 2, maybe 3, and waking up at anywhere from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the morning. And normally it's like 6:30, but it varies a lot, and I want to put the stop to that. And there's several factors. The first is work. You get off at 10, you need a few hours, and then you're worried about work, and then you're stressed, and then there's politics and Russian interfering, and just a whole bunch of that stuff. and so that keeps me up. And the thing is, where I live, it's pretty hot. Uh, the last couple of days, I need to say stop saying the last couple of days, it's been like 90 degrees at night. So in my room, which is pretty hot. I don't know if it's because it's so small or it's so crowded, but it's pretty hot. So it's kind of hard to sleep. Even with the AC unit, it still takes a while to actually like fill up the room. And what I want to do is I want to normalize it. I want to wake up the same day every day. I'm hoping like 5:30 and go to bed at 11:30. I was reading that one of the best ways to sleep is to just have wake up at the same time every day, and your body kind of like readjusts. So I'm really hoping that's true. So yeah, normalize sleep schedule. I want to start fasting again too, and there's a variety of reasons for this. The first of which is it's easier because you're only eating twice a day. When you fast, what it is normally you just skip a meal or two, and you eat like once within a certain time period, and you're not cutting calories. You're eating the same amount of calories, which is nice because it's a bigger meal. But you're also spending less time prepping because you have to eat less meals a day, and you spend less time eating because you're eating less meals a day. And what I was reading too is that when your body gets used to it, which is apparently takes like 2 to 3 weeks, you're not as hungry all the time, and that's my problem. I'm hungry all the time. Which might be because I'm bored, which might be because I'm anxious, which might be because I'm stressed, which might be because I don't sleep, and the two main things that fuel your willpower is sleep and food. So I'm hoping that fasting is going to help with that. Drink water 150 cups, which sounds like a lot, but that's only 5 cups per day. And I'm already at 3. Which I drank one when I woke up. I drank one after I walked my dogs, and I drank one just now because it's kind of hot. So that's not a problem. And I want to drink water because I was I read several articles that said the biggest key to losing weight is drinking a lot of water. And that's because 1, it's good for you. 2, 1.5, you feel better, you feel more energized, you don't need to stress and eat as much. And the other thing is, when you drink a lot of water, you feel full. Even if you're drinking water and you're eating, you're still gonna eat less because you're full. Number 8 is I really need to stop with the sweets. I have to. I am borderline diabetic. And I'm not just saying that because I'm self-conscious or self-loathing, or I'm aware of my family's genetic history. I went to a doctor and it was not very good. I'm borderline everything. I'm borderline cardiovascular disease. I'm borderline diabetes. And the thing about diabetes is when you're borderline diabetes, there's diabetes 3, which he explained to me, and that's dementia. Dementia is a form of diabetes. So yeah, I really, really have to cut down on my sugar. And my goal is only 1 piece of sugar, 1 piece of candy, because you can't just, I'm very bad at I'm very, very bad at going cold turkey. Despite being so thick and husky, I cannot go cold turkey. I can't. I've tried, but I can't. Bread is the other thing. Bread is I. Have you ever tried not eating bread? It's everywhere. And I love bread. I love pizza. I love hamburgers. I love hot dogs. I love crackers. Especially the club crackers. You cannot not love the club crackers. And I do like bread a lot. But the thing is, my doctor, I'm not a pet. I know I just said husky, but I'm not a dog. My doctor said that I have to stop eating. One of the main things you got to avoid, because he wants to put me on a keto diet, or he did put me on a keto diet. I just not doing it because I started looking into it. I'm like, okay, this doesn't sound bad, but then I saw several things with avocado, and I'm like, okay, fuck you. And I hate avocados, and so I never got into the main diet. But bread is one of the things that I had to stay away from. And he did recommend a few supplements. There's 3 I had to take. The first is vitamin omega-3s, which is good for the heart, and they're in these huge pills that you can choke on. I've almost choked on them a few times. And the reason why I gotta take them, and vitamin omega-3 is from the heart, for what I understand, for the heart, is I don't eat a lot of seafood. I like seafood, I just don't eat a lot of seafood. I like tuna fish, I've had salmon, I like catfish. I know that 2 of those aren't the most healthy, but 2 out of 3 isn't too bad. I started eating, I like sushi too. I found out I like sushi. For the most part. I tried octopus too, and that just left me with buyer's remorse. And the other thing I need is B3, which is for my metabolism. He explained it too, but I was at a point of freaking out so much about the fact that I had heart problems and diabetes, borderline. I'm borderline dying. Well, we're all borderline dying. I'm borderline dying a lot quicker and with a lot less satisfying life. So I was focusing on that instead of understanding why I was low on vitamin B3. And the last one is vitamin D3, I believe. Vitamin D3 or vitamin D2. And this one kind of made me mad because vitamin D is you get it from the sun, right? And I'm always walking the dogs. I'm always in the sun. Always. So to me it seems strange that I'm not getting enough. I mean, when there's a community day, I'm out in the sun for 3 hours straight. I'm always in the sun. I've absorbed so much radiation, I should be glowing. And so for a while I was like, why do I need vitamin D? But in short, I drink like 6 cans of Diet Coke a day, and caffeine messes with the body's production of vitamin 3. Vitamin D2 is you absorb sunlight or from sunlight. Vitamin D3 is converted from D2, which caffeine gets in the way of. Push-up challenge just to be more healthy. I did my 5 today. I'm proud of myself. Squat challenge, get in better shape. My left knee hurt a little bit while doing it, so I got to keep an eye on that. But it was only 20, so that wasn't too bad. Movies. I need to start watching more movies. I need to expose myself to more new things because I'm so bad at just letting YouTube run on autoplay, and all it is just AMVs, like animated music videos or tributes. I don't really watch anything intelligent or artistic or anything. And so I do want to start watching more movies, and at least 4 of them have to be in theaters, two a week. And this isn't going to be too bad because I subscribed to Netflix again, and I found out you can download some movies. So I downloaded I Am Mother, and in theaters I really want to see Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I'm not sure what else is out right now, but I do really want to see Once Upon a Time in Mexico. And I want to see at least one season of one new season of an anime. It doesn't have to be new, but for this case, and again thanks to Netflix, I'm gonna watch The Devil's a Part-Timer. Don't know anything about it, but it's a guy in it looks like kind of like a McDonald's fast food type thing, so I'm pretty sure that's gonna be interesting. At least once a week, I'm gonna try a new food. I'm a creature of comfort and habit. If I'm used to it, I like it. Even if I don't like it, if I'm used to it, I'm gonna like it a little bit more. Or habitation. It's what if it's not broke, don't fix it. But it is broke because if you're afraid of trying something new or going further, something's broken. So I want to try at least 4 new foods, and this one's not gonna be too difficult because there's a Chinese place that opened up on my store, and that's where I started trying the sushi. I like the panda rolls and the volcano rolls. Don't like the octopus. I want to try the shrimp though. So back to number 16 is I want to buy a laptop. And the reason why I want to buy a laptop is originally it was, I wanted to try gaming, but I kind of did the math and looked into it, and I realized it would probably be better to buy a cheap laptop now and then buy a real, state-of-the-art gaming desktop later because it's cheaper and they're more powerful. But I still want to buy a laptop because I want to always be able to write. if my room is off limits or if I'm on the go somewhere, I want to have a laptop some way where I can sit down and at least write, one exercise or do a little bit of writing on a novel I want to do or something. I want to be able to be constructive all the time. And the only way that's going to happen is with a laptop. And this has been a goal for the past for the past month at least. And the thing is, I've gone and I looked at reviews, but everybody has something different that they recommend. And I don't know if you've ever looked up a review for a laptop, but it is, some of them are insane. Hold on, let me see if I can pull one up right now. Just ignore that. But yeah, I've tried. I even went to I've looked at my store a lot, and we have a limited selection, and they're overwhelming. But then my dad's like, well, you know what? Let's go to Best Buy, and we'll see what we can find. And so we went to Best Buy, and they all look the same. They all look great, and I touched some of them. And that's the thing. There's something, I forgot what it's called, but basically, if you touch something, it's designed to feel good in your hand, so you want to buy it. And so that kind of like I found one that I really liked, but then I got overwhelmed. Like that's $2,000, and I'm like, I better not. I shouldn't, but I want to, but I didn't. And ever since then, I haven't really looked into them because I've been kind of crippled with fear. Because there's so many of them, and I'm not good at making decisions. And then I try to read, like I said, I tried reading the reviews, and then they're like, well, they're the reviews. I'm sorry, I couldn't find the one that I found that really freaked me out. But like, you could scroll, and it just kept going and going, and like I stopped at one random section just to see it. So I was like, okay, well this computer is 10% faster but 14% more expensive, and this doesn't do it. And I'm like, oh my god, no, and I just kind of like shut down. But I need to buy a computer. I need to be able to type wherever. Even and as much as I want a gaming laptop, I don't need it right now. The games that I want to try, especially like SPC Containment Breach, you can play on just pretty much anything that just doesn't suck. Back up my Word documents. This I've been really bad at. Like, I am so lucky my desktop hasn't blown up, because I have so many documents. Hold on, let me see if I can find. Okay, let's. This is just like stories that I started planning. And these are just stories that I started planning. These aren't even the ones that I actually started working on. These are like, I'll just sit down and I'll put an idea down, and maybe I'll write a little bit of plot. But these were literally 347 different ideas for possible novels or short stories. And again, those are just ideas. That's not including the stories that I've actually started. That's not including my online journals. All that. I haven't done any of them. Bathe dogs. So one of the things that I screwed up the most when my dogs were little was I didn't bathe them as much. I bathed them like once a month, twice a month, if that. And then for the winter period, I didn't bathe them at all because they were hardly inside, because they're huskies and they like being outside. And so now when I want to bathe them, it is an ordeal. They keep so again, I have 3 dogs, and I love them all, but oh my god, they're bad when it comes to taking a bath. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking for good pictures. So let me show you. I just want to show you so this way you can kind of like visualize it. This one is by far the worst dog. when it comes to bathing. He's normally pretty good. He's usually the most mellow out of the three of them. He tends to be the boss too, which is weird. I should do a whole videos of my dogs. But this one, he has to be washed first, because if I don't wash him first, he comes out and I guess he knows the scent of soap, and he knows what it means. So he will not come to the front. I gotta go and I gotta pick him up and I gotta take him, and once he's in the tub, he's not too bad, but he's still like, he's faster than, even at 10 years old, he's faster than we are, than most people are. But once he's inside the tub, he's pretty good. This one, he's easier. I don't think he's as smart as the other dogs. He's not as smart as the other dogs. And so he doesn't realize that it's a trap, but he's the one where once he's in, he'll tend to try to get out the most. Like he's the most panicked one. So once he feels the water on his side, he tenses, he tries to jump out. He's the quickest to panic and try to actually lunge out. But he's also the smallest, and he was the runt of the litter. He was the runt of when I got the two huskies. So he was the smallest dog, so he's not as strong too. But then you got to be careful because he's panicking, and if you push him down, you can hurt him. So I do worry about his hind legs. And sorry, I'm still getting the hang of this. And this is the last one. He's the German Shepherd. He's the smartest one. He's the biggest, but he's not in charge. And he's interesting too because he wants to play with the hose. Like he sees a hose and he runs around. He tries to jump on it and bite it. He likes the hose. And then once you put it in, he panics a little bit. But after a while, he gets used to it and he relaxes. And he's kind of a wild card because sometimes he'll just jump out when you say, okay, you can get out, and he'll start shaking himself out. And then other times he'll lie down into the water and just kind of relax. He's like, okay, this is a pool, this is enjoyable. So yeah, he's the German Shepherd's the easiest one. And the reason why I had to bathe him, other than the fact that winter's coming and it's going to be a lot harder then, is that something's biting them. The smallest one, he has a comb right now because he chewed on his butt, and he's got an old. It's a little red. I've cleaned it, but it's bald, and that usually means that if I leave it unchecked, he's gonna chew until he gets it infected, and then there's $100 I gotta spend at the vet to get him medication, antibiotics and everything. But hopefully I caught it soon enough, and like I said, I just need to bathe him and get rid of whatever it is he has. Shave, I'm terrible at shaving. I keep saying, okay, I'm going to buy a razor today. I'm going to buy a razor today. I'm going to buy a razor today. This is the day I buy the razor. And then I get out and I'm like, screw you guys, I'm going home. And I literally just rush off as fast as possible. I do not like staying at my store any longer than I have to. It's no fun and I hate it. And yeah. So I take off, and then, once I get to the car, I'm like, oh yeah, I had a list, but it's not important enough for me to be willing to go back. I meant to get a haircut last night. I really, really did. But I didn't go, and I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is just, I don't drive, so the only time I can get a haircut is during my lunch, and during my lunch I want to eat and relax and kind of unwind from the day, and I can't relax if there's a complete stranger just touching my head for 20, 30, 40 minutes and talking to me. And I don't do well with small chat. I know it sounds like I ramble, but that's because I'm nervous right now. But I have trouble with small chat. I have trouble getting to open up to people. I have trouble. It's just the whole thing is a pain in the butt. And then and they're not cheap either. It's like $15, and that brings me to 21 budgeting. So I sat back and I started thinking about my budgeting, and I finally figured out why it's so bad, why I'm always so far off. And that's because what I'm doing is I'm putting money from my paycheck, and I'm only getting about $144, $150, and the rest is going to my savings. But I take that money out and I pay rent. And so after rent, I'm left with maybe $50 for the month. And again, I have enough for money. It's just that I'm putting all in savings, and then I resort to my credit card. So I buy stuff with the credit card, and then I'm getting interest, and then I take the money from my savings and I just use it to pay off my credit card. And it's like $1,000, $700 every month. And I'm like, you know what? I should just have the money go into my debit and then just balance it better. Also eating too. Like I eat like crazy yesterday. Yesterday was the last day of the month, so it was kind of like, oh, goodbye, July, goodbye freedom to eat whatever I want. So I went to Denny's and I had like a 20 something dollars on myself. I had a double cheeseburger and a half order of nachos and quite a few refills of Diet Coke. And I still feel sick. I woke up throwing up. Well, I didn't wake up throwing up. I woke up with throw up in my throat, but it never left. So it wasn't really throw up. It was just throw. Or up. It was just up. Like it came up and then it went down. So 2 months ago, my debit card was my credit card. My debit card? My credit card? I'm gonna say debit card was hacked, or somebody got my information and they went to a bunch of weird sites. I didn't find this out till I tried to buy something and they're like, yeah, your card's denied. And so I called them and they're like, yeah, did you go to this site? And I'm like, no. And it was like a weird site with just a bunch of numbers. And then I tried going to that site and it's like, yeah, this site isn't available. And it happened like several times out of the country. And somebody bought like $300 worth of, I don't even know. It was just website subscription. So I'm assuming either it was porn or cam models or something like that. And so they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll send you a new card. So they sent me a new card. And I've had it for like 2 months and I just haven't reactivated it. And no, they sent me a card and then I activated it. And then I made the mistake of touching the chip a lot. And so whenever you put it on anything, it wouldn't read it. So at first I tried changing the pin a few times, but then like no, and then I messed up the chip and like, we'll just send you a new card, and that's why. But that was 2 months ago, so I need to activate it soon because after this month, the loaner that I have is gonna deactivate, and then I'm gonna be SOL. Cleaning my AC. Like I said, I bought a mobile air conditioning unit for my room. And it works fairly well. It takes a while to cool down the room, but it does work. And so, you got it's like a fan. You have to clean it up, or you're gonna start a fire. And I have huskies that I have in here, and they have a lot of fur. So the fur is gonna, cause it to start a fire. So I gotta clean the filter sometime this month. I could just stop and do it right now, but is it really a good idea to check things off so quickly on your to-do list, and then you kind of like, it doesn't have that same desperate drive. So I'll do it sometime, maybe next week. And check with Disperso again. Back to my budgeting. $500 goes to my savings, and the rest, $140, $150 goes to my checking. And I want to alter it so this way, $300 goes to my savings and the rest will go to my checking. And then from then on out, every time I hit 1,000, I'm going to take $500 and put it either in my savings or my checking or one of my CDs, or invest it. But yeah, I need to just redisperse it so this way, I have a workable amount in my credit card, on my debit card. For the last month and a half, I've been playing Risk of Rain. I don't know if anybody's tried Risk of Rain. It's a rogue game where you play as like a little 2D platformer, and what makes it so cool is every time you kill an enemy, you have a chance of them dropping an item, and you start off as somebody without anything, and before you know it, you're shooting these waves of hundreds of tracking missiles, and You're shooting lasers, and there's a lot of levels to it. But I've been playing so much, and I think it's kind of like time that I stopped and I started playing something a little different. I don't know what game I'm gonna get. I just know that I need to be a new game, and I want to start streaming video games. But I'm worried that the second I start streaming a video game, my headphones are gonna die, or I'm gonna play and beat the game, and then I'm not gonna realize my headphones are dead. Cause I have some nice headphones, but they're chargers, and I still don't understand how to tell when they're really charged. They're expensive, so I'm assuming that it's gonna sound good. But yeah, that's my list of 25 to do things for August 2019, and I have a little graph here, and it's a bit simpler than the last time. So uh, these are the numbers of my to do items, and then I'm just keeping track. Like today, I've had 3 cups of water, so that's and the water was a 7. So I'm gonna wanna and this is I completed the challenges for today, the push up and sit up. So it says C, and yeah, and then I'm hoping that when I accomplish them, there's gonna be an A with green, and I'll probably come back and show you guys at the end of the month or the start of next month how this went. But yeah, that's my to do list for August 2019. I hope it wasn't too boring. I should have planned more on what I was gonna say, but this was like a uh, off the cuff type thing. Like I'm really hungry, despite the fact that I ate enough food to stop the heart of a small child. I'm actually hungry, and I'm trying to avoid eating till noon, because again I'm trying to fast. And this was something that I could do to take my mind off it. And it hasn't. I've been thinking about food this entire time. But yeah, this is Jimmy22 signing out.